This is our friend Alex. He was roommates with
Hello.
Mike at one point. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was my goal I originally was in a different I wasn't originally roommates with Mike. I wanted to be closer to one of my friends who was right across the hallway. So I worked out stuff with the school. I'm like, hey, it can't be that bad if I switch, right? Well, that was the one of the biggest mistakes of my life. Everyone here knows I was like a massive like clean freak.
And he was the
In
exact opposite.
I was like constantly like scrubbing like the countertops and all that, and I was like, we're gonna make sure that like everything is like perfect. Like
So
we're
here's the
not gonna have
funny
a
part.
single dirty.
Yeah, here's the funny part about this. We had dorm inspections every week because this was a rehabilitation school, so they need to make sure you can be able to take care of yourself. For whatever reason, when it came to Mike's room, I think they just gave up.
This I'll say of the staff member was very strict then. Uh, the staff member, I think, as strict as she was, she didn't hold anyone else to like the same standard as like she gave him an exception. And I was like, well, it can't be too bad because I'm gonna go in and just make sure everything is clean. And I was successful in making sure my other roommates were able to do this, and I did not realize
But you also had to share a
the
bathroom
level
with
of
him.
disgust that I was about to encounter with Mike. Um, I it was fine when we first like for the first couple days because I decided, hey, I'll do the cleaning on the week first in this bathroom because it was a Jack and Jill with these dorms. We shared the bathroom, and um, my first week was over, and in order to uh, pass these dorm inspections, there was like a sheet on the wall that the person had to sign. And I got mine signed. I'm like, okay, it's your turn, Mike, now to do the bathroom. And I don't know why, but this staff member, she had an affinity to punish both people.
Yeah, it was always
Who
collective punishment. I never
it
understood
was
that.
it was it was group punishment. So if your bathroom was not like up to par or up to snuff, she would punish both of you with whatever punishment they doled out. I totally forget. Like you could get kicked out or
Yeah, so
something.
quick tangent here. I was talking to one of the guys that worked that was in the army, and he's going over some of the stories from when he lived in the barracks. And MCTI, if you didn't know, is run by the Michigan Rehabilitation Services. It's a government-run school, and I could not believe how similar Army barracks were to that school.
Well, my
Yeah,
my
that's
instructor.
pretty crazy. I remember seeing it
Of course,
like
in
an
Army
actual
barracks,
military school
yeah,
dorm. Military school dorms like are exactly the same.
yeah, of course, Army barracks are going to have more rules in them, like you can't have candles or whatever. But it was very similar.
Very, very similar. And a lot of the instructors at the school are actually retired military as well. Um, but I digress. So we like I leave it alone for a couple days because I'm not really in my dorm outside of doing homework that much. So I'm like, oh, I'll just go in my friends, and if I need to use the bathroom there, I will. I come like the day before like inspections because we each hallway had like their own inspection day that we had to like stand outside for, and I was like, I'll just make sure that he's doing his job. Like it can't be that bad, outside of hearing the stories that my friend has probably already told here. And I go into the bathroom, and I kid you not, I don't know how he like managed to culture these like mushrooms, but there was like mushrooms growing in the bathroom. There was slime like everywhere, and it stank to high heaven.
You left the fluid
And
present.
there was yellow. There was yellow lining of footprints on the floor. There was like it was like it was like Mike was like the guys from like The Last of Us, those mushroom people, and I don't understand how in like a week, like it was like so I actually threw up on the floor in my dorm in disgust, and I'm like, I asked Mike what his problem was and why he didn't clean the bathroom and how did he even get to this point. It's been like a week, and he saw no problem with it at all. He was like, there's no problem here. It's clean enough for me.
Yeah, for
and
you.
I pointed to the slime on the floor. I'm like, well, then what the hell is that? And he's like, it's the floor. I'm like, you realize that this is selective punishment, right? And he said, well, it sounds like that's a you problem. I don't really care. So I will never forget this moment, but I scrubbed that bathroom clean, and I cannot tell you, like, there is like a level of disgusting that most people in the world will never see. This is like worse than like a nurse handling poop kind of disgusting. This is like bio like terrorism in this dorm room.
When he left, I'm gonna put it up on screen. There's this meme that came from like the Evil Within 2. People called it the cum monster, and I shared it to the group chat. I said, "This is what his dorm's gonna look like when he leaves."
Well, here's the thing as well, is there was that sort of excrement on the toilet as well, and somehow it got under the seat, it got on the floor, it was actually even on the mirror, and I was like, you know what? I will clean this bathroom from now on because you obviously can't be trusted. And even with me cleaning it every single day, because he could not be trusted to hold up his end of the bargain here, or his responsibility, there were still stains from his feet on the floor that it's like someone like took a fungus and etched like a chisel of his foot.
You know, Alex, I feel very sorry for you that you had to encounter that much glutoplasm.
Well, I was like, I want to be close to my friend. Why did they put me like on a completely different floor? And I was on a floor with a bunch of other kids who had like a bunch of problems that weren't like this guy Mike, but they were very crazy. And every single one of my friends was on the same floor.
Some of those kids were right above me, and they would make noise, so I would take my broom and smack the ceiling, try to get them to shut up.
Like,
damn kids!
These were the kind of kids that like we played with when we were sitting in the lobby and like we were playing Smash or Tetris. They always had something to say. Yeah. And like criticize you, and I would have probably rather dealt with that.
I remember Drew saying that like every time he opened his door, that whole hallway would stink.
Yeah.
Guys, we do have a story. The time we snuck out of my window.
Go ahead, Xavier. This one's all yours.
Okay. So, with the same guy, Mike, he every time that we would decide to go somewhere, we opened our doors, and the quietest as could be, I swear to God, he was listening to see what was going on. Because the moment we opened our doors, he opened his, he whipped his head out. He whipped his head.
Then he would roll his chair to the door and like say something stupid, or I don't know. We didn't want to deal with him anymore, so we all wanted to go out. But we didn't want to deal with him, so we just opened the window at his dorm and just crawled out.
Yeah, we went to Burger King, and when we came back, he rolled out into the hallway and went, "Where'd you guys go?"
He said, "Where'd you guys go?" Did you? Yeah. That's exactly what he said. And he's like, what the fuck do you mean did we crawl out the window? No, we walked out the door. And he's like, I didn't see you. What the like, dude, are you fucking watching us?
Yeah, because he must have watched us get in the car. So he was just like, how do they get outside if they didn't use the door?
I'm fucked.
Xavier, are you playing Helldivers right now?
Yeah, I got respawned, and I also got cluster bombed immediately.
There's something else I want to bring up. Okay, Alex, do you remember that kid that went, bro, why aren't you recovering?
Oh my god, yes, I do. And regarding that, there's a story I remember playing with my friend here. We were playing with like in a tournament style because I had my Switch and then my friend over here had his, and we had we had 8 ports because we had the 4 each. And there was a moment in which it was like basically our friend here and this one kid, and he swore that he could beat him as Daisy. And I don't know if he wants to tell this story or not, but I found it so...
Just to describe you.
So we did... Yeah, so we did some Smash tournament thing, and if the viewers remember Rat Kid, he was obsessed with playing Smash Bros. And he challenged me, and he's like, Daisy is a terrible character. I can beat you if you play Daisy. And I was like, all right, bro, if you insist. And we do the best out of 3. I stomp the shit out of him because he has no clue what he's doing. And after he loses, he fucking does the salty Smash player, and I swear to God, he spiked one of my GameCube controllers on the ground and Luigi jabbed me in the stomach after losing.
The IT students were something else. I don't know how you were normal, because everyone else was so weird.
He was actually, I think, a janitorial student there.
I hear custodial calling.
What was it called there? Grounds or whatever?
Grounds maintenance. Yeah. I hated grounds maintenance. They were all
I mean, I didn't go there for really any it was more of a physical problem that I had with the bird disease, but
by the way, if there's a custodian or janitor watching, I'm not jabbing at you. This is just a particular type of person that was in that trade.
Well, it must have seemed like my instructor was merciless in our program. I know he had us line up at attention every day because he was a retired Air Force. Yeah, he was retired Air Force, and as a sign of respect, he had us sign. We didn't obviously have to salute, but he had us like attention, like every day. Yeah, and he was. There were very grave consequences for being late. Like if you were late twice, you got kicked out of the program.
I'm just going to say, the stereotype of IT students being furries, or IT people being furries, is true, because one day I was working in the canteen, it's another job I had, and this chick comes down with a full fursuit, and I went, what the hell is that? I had never seen a fursuit in person before, I didn't think they existed. And then she stops down there in a ginormous fursuit.
We didn't have that many girls in our class. There were a couple, and they were something else, I suppose. And I know that there was one guy. I forget what he was in. If he was in welding or something, he wore like one of those plug like tail thingies like just casually around. Like he
remember
was
that
dressed
kid.
normally.
Yep, I remember
He was
that
dressed
kid.
normally. Like you wouldn't think he was like a furry from like any other angle, except when you were like behind him in line when you went to go grab your lunch.
See, that's the scariest part. Is closet furries. You'll never guess they're a furry until it's too late.
Like I was like, oh, why are you wearing like a tail? And I think it was one of you guys who were telling me he's not wearing that tail.
I
I
did not know
suppose.
that.
It went
Yeah.
into another location. I'll just say that.
Yeah, it was butt plug.
Are you kidding me? He was wearing that the entire time in class.
Yeah, I guess. And
He just got up in the morning, but okay, I'm
I-
ready.
I'm kind of surprised that they allowed it because I think actually, you know what? I remember he was in culinary.
Okay, how would they
So-
know where it was
Aw.
though? How would they know if it was up his butt? Seriously.
I don't think they did. I think they thought it was like a clip that he put like inside.
I thought it was a clip
his-
too. I didn't know he just shoved it up there.
Like he was one of the culinary students. So
That's not good, dude. I don't want my food touching poopy.
yeah, it was not a great situation. There's one other big thing I can remember is my friend here and I remember there was one day where you and I were playing Tetris. I think it was Tetris 99 or something. And we were doing really well. And this rat kid, I suppose, in his infinite wisdom, decided to say that he could beat both of us in Tetris as well.
That did not go well for him.
It did not. We absolutely destroyed him because he could not keep up with the pieces. We were sending, and I feel kind of bad because at that point we were like, let's just see if how
Really?
much we can send to him.
Bedrock Edition or Java Edition?
Oh, Java all the way. Screw Bedrock. Screw Microsoft in every sense of the word.
You want to tell us about how two hers in IT were arguing with each other over Bedrock or Java Edition?
Oh God. I
kidding me?
did not have that was I don't even I think I was like so over these people. Like I didn't even like really like even I don't even remember that. What I do remember is that there was like always a cutoff, like midterm, whether you could continue or not, with like your grades and all that.
Yep, yeah, there was
And-
like the assessment midterms.
Yeah, like you basically like, and this was apparently the IT part. The IT course was known to be like the hardest one for these people, not only because of all the math, and these kids unfortunately did not really do well in math, but the instructor was also known to be a real piece of work. So, you know, most kids didn't make it throughout the entire program. And there was a moment where one of the kids who was always known to be really aggressive, like to everyone, and like he was just unpleasant in class because he could be heard constantly like throughout the school. He was sat in my like instructor's office and he was told the news, and you guys would know this because of the class you were in, but apparently he could be heard all the way screaming in disappointment that he didn't make it with like across the school, like all the way in like automotive, which I swear that hallway was like half a mile.
I think I
Like,
remember
down.
that, yeah.
And like yeah, like he was really really upset. He was like screaming, and like everyone
This would have
like
been,
at the end of
we're
the day
gonna
was
call
asking about
him,
it.
we're gonna call him Roger. I think he must have had like aggressive autism. I don't know what it's called, but it's like the type of autism where you're, hang on.
Was it like, do you think like a bipolar almost?
Cats are retarded.
You call it Asperger?
It was like the form of autism where you're really aggressive all the time, and I think I kind of have that too, but it was nowhere near what Roger had.
Like, this guy was constantly yelling at people. He was constantly, like, walking out the door. That was
Did
his
we
big
tell
thing.
you what he did to the tire machine?
Oh,
So one day I think he was trying to get a tire to balance, and he couldn't get it to balance. And he got mad, made like a muscle man noise, and went and then shook the tire machine.
yeah, that instructor who looks like Dr. Eggman just kind of stared over at him with severe disappointment in his face.
Oh, man. Your instructor felt like he was a little bit more chill, although I didn't really ever, like, talk with him. I don't know if that was the case with him. I just know that, like, there was a period after, like 5 years after. Has it been 5 years or 6 years since we left? Because I still talk about him being a giant jerk, my instructor.
Maybe 3-4 years now. I mean, I graduated 2022.
Oh, I actually think I left before you guys did, because I was like, screw this place.
Yeah, you did.
I don't belong here. Like, I found the friends that I like hanging out with, and that is enough for me. There's nothing more the school can offer me. Goodbye.
Friendship.
Like, yeah. And then I left. And
as much of a hard ass as your instructor was, I wish he pushed the idea in their head of soap and water.
Yeah. I mean,
You
to
definitely
this
did
guy,
have the stinkiest trade, my friend.
these ITs, I was like the only normal kid in that class. It was like these kids constantly, they like didn't like shower or.
I'm pretty sure
anything.
he did like try to write them up about that, and they just didn't care.
Well, because he was the kind of instructor who was like, if you don't do this, you're out. If you don't do this, you're out. And he actually did kick a couple people out over not taking care of themselves.
No, I don't want to get in the shower.
Yeah, it was like these students did not, and I honestly felt really bad for them. I would have been really embarrassed.
I swear to God, there was one kid that said, "Well, I can't shower because I'm allergic to soap."
And it's like,
just sit
you
under
find
the faucet or something. Like,
yeah,
even if you
like,
shower without soap, it does wonders without soap. Even just
like,
water does wonders.
Yeah, he just didn't want to. He didn't want to shower because even there's no excuse. Because even if like he was allergic to the soap, which was it honestly was an excuse, but there's like prescription soap they can offer people.
Yeah, I know.
Like there was just zero excuse. He just didn't want to shower, and it was very gross. Being because as much as I hate to say it, the girls in that class didn't really either. I can tell you I was like the only normal
fish market
kid in that class.
Fish market. Xavier.
What?
Alex was the normal man.
What did I do?
Fish market.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I was literally just telling him. I was just saying, not trying to give him, a good description.
But I can tell you, in regards to that bathroom, I mean, it took me hours. I remember I actually wanted to hang out with you guys, but I couldn't. I had to stay behind to clean that bathroom and scrub and scrub and scrub. I don't think. I mean, it was truly impressive.
What about
how disgusting that bathroom got to be in only a week? I don't know what was wrong with him, but I mean, I hope he got the help he needs. Because I think he actually did get kicked out. He didn't leave voluntarily, if I recall.
That is very true. I remember that.
For more than one reason. It wasn't just that, like basically destruction of property. It was like something else, as well.
Oh,
But I
this
forget.
is really messed up. So I guess he got really aggressive when they were going to kick him out, and we had a lockdown drill. And I think a couple of us were joking, like, you think Mike is going to try to shoot up the school?
Did they kick him out after that?
No, that was a joke. That did not happen. He did not try to shoot up the school. But we were joking about it.
I mean, I could see he was kind of like, I could see it happen. With
I don't remember
what
what
he's
exactly
talking
got him
about.
kicked out, but I do think it was along the lines of him arguing and wanting to continue arguing.
Well, wasn't
Yeah,
there a
no.
Fight
speaker?
another student and threatened to physically do something to him. And the school has a zero tolerance policy for any of that crap. So they said, "You're good. You graduated. Get out."
I mean, I'm not shocked they did. They probably didn't want to deal with him anymore either. They were not afraid to call the police at that school either.
No, actually, I remember one time. That was when my phone was actually a piece of shit, and I had to get a new one. But my phone was acting up and was overheating, and I accidentally put it in emergency mode, and it dialed 911.
Oh no!
And I had to explain to them that my phone was really hot and not operating correctly, and I accidentally put it in SOS mode. And they said, okay, and then hung up.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Well, like I said, I don't blame them for wanting to call 911 as often as they did because, like I said, the type of people that went to that school, some of them had criminal records. Some of them might have been, juvenile delinquents. I don't know what the word is for it.
Retards.
Yeah,
Yes, but no.
Well, yes, but actually, no.
I'm
But actually, yes.
I'm just glad that we are done with that chapter of our life, and we can move on.
Not done with each other yet.
No.
Like
We had
at
a-
least
we had a
I
good time.
did meet some friends there, but you go in going, I'm gonna meet so many people and I'm gonna make it way better place, and you leave and you're just like, this shit's all gay and retarded anyway.
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, that's how I went in there.
Yeah, you were a
I mean,
little
I
shit
really-
when I met you.
Yeah,
Well,
well, I fucking hated high school, and I thought it was going to be the same.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like high school either. I mean, basically primary school, and that's the best way to describe it. It felt like an extension in a lot of ways of high school.
School for an olive-colored boy.
No,
must
it
be
seriously
really-
was. Because I was actually the president for one term, like the student government president. And the chick I was running against went, I was the student government president in high school, so I should be the student government president here.
Oh my goodness. It's like, how. I don't understand that thought process. How does that at all translate to now? This ain't high school anymore.
I don't know.
Girl. Like, I will say, I think our friend group was the envy of the school, though, for sure. Although I don't really know how much that really
Well, Who else would have been?
meant.
Who
I mean,
else
that is
would have been?
true.
The fucking autistic people that wanted to play
Xavier, did you down again?
I
mean, I
died, and
really
we don't
hope-
have any more reinforcements. Grab my
I really
samples.
hope at the end of the day these guys got the help they needed,